My name is Ted, and I'm a 28-year-old guy working with a software company. I've always been a shy person. I come from a Christian family. While my family isn't overly orthodox, we do attend church every Sunday, and we hold strong values about family, life, and society. These values have shaped my character and influenced the way I approach various aspects of my life, both professionally and personally. I did well academically, scored great grades, and eventually earned my degrees, leading to a good job. My circle of friends mainly consists of males. I admit that I'm a bit awkward when it comes to interacting with women. I'm usually a logical thinker, and I find it challenging to engage in extended conversations with women. On the professional front, I excel at my work and am well liked as a professional. Dusty, a close friend of mine, set me up on a blind date with a woman named Rachel. He mentioned that her parents are from Puerto Rico, and she was born in the USA. I was genuinely excited about the date and wanted to make a great first impression. At home, I even tried practicing some conversation lines in front of a mirror. I have to admit, it was harder than presenting a new feature in our app to a client. The day arrived, and I was set to meet Rachel at a lovely local restaurant. Little did I know that this evening was going to be beyond anything I had ever imagined. I reached the restaurant 15 minutes ahead of our schedule and patiently waited for my date. I waited and waited for 20 minutes. The waiter came and asked me for my order. I explained I was waiting for someone and will start once she has arrived. It took almost an hour before she arrived. When I saw her for the first time, my heart said, "Wow. She was worth the wait." Let me describe Rachel for you. She was dusky-skinned, and the curves were perfect. Every visible inch on her body was smooth. She was absolutely gorgeous. We exchanged our greetings and she sat down. I felt a bit shaky but anyhow started our conversations. We discussed the restaurant ambience and then moved on what we do. I explained how I am working with a software company and she said that she is a theater actress. I was amazed and impressed. However, I felt that she did not share that same feeling for my line of work. I did not bother as there are millions like me and few like her. So, I moved on to other topics. I asked about her plays that she has done at the theater, to which she replied that she is yet to feature in one and is currently auditioning for a role. That was a bummer. I thought she said that she is an actress. I was embarrassed, but I reminded that she said that she is an actress. She said that she will be one soon. That answer had an aura of arrogance around it. I thought that people in such fields need to be that confident. So, I did not bother a lot. While we were talking, 2 tables to our left, there was a family of 4 enjoying their food. Husband, wife and their 2 kids, they seemed like a happy family. As you know, kids can be quite handful at times. The younger one was around 3-year-old and was laughing and enjoying his food. I told Rachel that in the future I imagine myself having such a family. She laughed at me and stated that the couple could have been enjoying their meals if they did not have kids. I was shocked, as per my beliefs, kids complete your life. They are your essence on earth, they are the result of your love as a couple. I know a lot of women nowadays don't want kids, but I was meeting one for the first time. I can understand that female actors avoid getting kids as it reduces their chances on movie roles. The conversation then took a different direction when we ordered some food. I ordered a steak and she ordered a tomato and charred pepper farro salad. She explained how eating a steak will one day kill the world. She explained how she chose a vegan life and how that is helping the world. A small red flag was hovering on my right shoulder. I ignored it and moved on further. She further explained how the country has become more racist and intolerant. I could not understand and made a mistake to ask her to explain. She explained how she was not getting work as she was not white. I asked her how many auditions went bad. To which she replied 1. She had auditioned for a role in a play where she wanted to play an Indian girl as she has the skin tone. She explained how the role was later given to an Indian girl as she is somewhat fair-skinned. I now had a second red flag over my shoulder. I somehow carried on with the date. While we were still eating, a man dressed as a woman walked by and I, for a split second, looked at him. Rachel asked me about my views about gender identity politics. I did not want to go there. You see, coming from a Christian family, my belief was simple. I told her there is a man and there is a woman. She then asked me what are my pronouns. I told her I am a man and that is it. She then said that a person should be able to be who he wants to be. She explained that gender is a fluid term and one can be who they want to be. So, I asked if I can be a man in the morning and a woman by evening. She said yes. She further added that everything around them is fluid. Even maths, she explained how 2 plus 2 can be 4 and at times 2 plus 2 could be 5. I asked, is there any way she can prove that? I explained that proving that would get her a Nobel Prize. She laughed and said that someday that will be proved. There are no more red flags required. I now wanted to sit there and enjoy the show. I then asked her what she wants to do in her life. She took a deep breath and said she dreams of becoming a big movie star or maybe a fashion icon. I asked if that will complete her life. I did not understand and asked me to explain my question. I asked if she ever wants to get married or settle down with a man. She explained that she wants to be an independent woman and she feels that if she has to settle down, then the man has to meet her expectations. I asked what are her expectations. She put a long list of wishes that majorly included the guy being a multimillionaire who can give her an Uber lifestyle. So, I asked that you have an entire list of wishes, what do you bring on the table? Her response was simple, I am a perfect 10 and if someone wants me, he has to be that good. I asked her if she is a virgin. She said no. So basically, she is not bringing anything on the table. It's just her sense of entitlement. To be honest, she is a solid 8. I then asked her if she ever thinks that a man that good would want someone as successful as himself or someone quote unquote someone who has a 0 body count. She said that body count does not matter and would only add to her experience in bed. I had no words by then. Since I had decided to enjoy the show, I asked her about women equality. I was right, it just brought out the best in her. She said that women throughout ages have been oppressed and now need to be liberated. They need to come out and do whatever they want to do. They should not be judged for anything. I asked if a woman decides to have a body count in double digit, is that fine? She said yes, she is doing that because that is something that pleases her. She cannot be judged for that. She has been oppressed all her life, she is just trying to enjoy her life. I asked who oppress her. She shot back saying of course, men oppressed her. I said so men oppressed her and she is overcoming her oppression by sleeping with all of them. She did not have an answer for that. I asked if equality means that a woman sleeps around with multiple men. She said that men do it all the time. I said that we men do not have respect for men who sleep with multiple women. We men have standards too. She then brought the topic about the master key opening multiple locks. I told her a man would not want a master key near him since he would always want his lock to be open only with his own key. It was already getting late and I was yet to fire the final shot. She asked if I want to know what she thinks about me. I said that would not be necessary. I wanted to tell her how I felt, but I held my thoughts. I told her since she was a big advocate of equality, let's split the bill and prove her point of equality. She was stunned and in a very hushed voice said that it was humiliating for me to ask her to pay half of the bill. I said no, it was my sense of equality and that I should ensure that I uphold my principles. I asked the waiter to fetch the bill and quickly paid half the bill in cash. I waited for her to pay her half. The waiter was standing there and was awkwardly looking at Rachel. I knew he was laughing deep inside. Rachel quickly took her credit card and paid her half. I gave the waiter a tip separately. Once we walked out, she started walking away quickly and suddenly turned back and hurled abuses at me. I could no longer hold it and started laughing and got to the parking and drove off. The next day I told Dusty about what happened. I explained that Rachel is a disaster waiting to happen. She has no talent, a big ego, a big sense of entitlement. She is disillusioned regarding how the world works and I predict that she will soon end up on OnlyFans. Bottom line, she is not girlfriend material. He apologized but told him it's not his fault. He said he will make it up and set me up with someone better next week. Well, I laughed and said that I am looking forward to it. Dear listener, if you have reached this far, please click on the subscribe button. It will be a great help.